Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to demonstrate how to set up Odoo integration for Shopify. So the first step is, we need to enter the API credentials for Odoo. We need Odoo server URL, which will generally be the database URL from Odoo. It will look something like database-name.odoo.com. This will be the database name, and you can get it from Odoo My Databases. In our case, the server URL appears like this, and the database name is init. Test 3. Check our documentation if we're having trouble finding it. Then we will enter Odoo account's credentials, account username and password. After entering the credentials, click the Establish Connection button. It will verify the Odoo credentials. If there is an error in this step, please verify your credentials. In the next step, we have to configure the general configuration. The first thing to discuss is SKU mapping. This is utilized for mapping a Shopify product to an Odoo product. Currently, our Shopify product SKU aligns with the internal reference on Odoo. Consequently, we will use this internal reference. You also have the option to use a barcode for this process. This will be responsive for orders and inventory sync. Following values will pulled from your Odoo account. Select applicable company. Select the invoice journal. Regarding the tax type, we are on 18% GST, so I will select 18% sales GST, and similarly, apply 18% GST to our shipping cost as well. You can choose whichever tax is being applied on your store. After this, we need to select a value for GST treatment. If applicable for your business, select a value. Alternatively, you can leave this field blank. Once we click the Save Changes button, we are adequately prepared to use the integration. You can now access all screens of the application, including dashboard, settings, and logs. Let's start with the inventory sync settings first. In Inventory Sync, you will see an option to enable stock sync and inventory location mapping. This allows you to map different shop locations to corresponding warehouses on Odoo. Your product inventory will then be updated according to location mapping. This is useful when you're using multiple warehouses. You can leave this empty if your shop only has one default location. After hitting the Save button, your inventory will start flowing from Odoo to Shopify every 30 minutes. This happens automatically in background. Products are mapped based on Shopify SKU and internal reference from Odoo. There's also a button to manually sync the inventory from Odoo to Shopify. Upon activation, this process generally takes a few minutes to sync stocks from Odoo to Shopify. For this example, we're using a product named Jacket with SKU Jacket 123. On Odoo, product has a quantity of 100. As you can see, the quantity has synced on Shopify to 100. This way, your shop always stays in sync with Odoo inventory. Sync time will depend on size of your catalog. On the app dashboard, you can view the time of most recent inventory sync. In this case, our inventory has just synchronized. That covers inventory sync, and now, let's move on to order settings. This will be responsible for syncing customers, order, and invoices from Shopify to Odoo. Now, let's enable order sync, export invoice, mark invoices paid, and then hit the Save Settings button. From this point forward, incoming orders, after enabling this setting, will automatically sync to Odoo. Now, I'll create an order on Shopify. Orders will be synced from checkout in same way as well. In this case, I will be using the same jacket product, and after this I will select a customer. Customer billing and shipping addresses will be used on the order. As you can see, the tax on our store is set to 18%, and the order total is 23.60 Indian rupees. You can configure taxes as mentioned in general settings based on your store. I'll mark the order as paid, which will create an order in Shopify. Once the order is created on Shopify, we can check logs on the app, where we will see all order sync processes. The log indicates that the sync process has started and the order data will sync to Odoo nearly in real time. Now, the order has successfully transferred to Odoo. If there is an error in syncing the order to Odoo, you will see an error here. If you go to the app dashboard, you will now see that the order number 1004 has been synced successfully to Odoo. You can view the order on both Shopify and Odoo. You can view the Shopify order by clicking on Shopify icon. When you click on Odoo icon, it will directly open the synced order on Odoo. On the Odoo order, all the information will be transferred exactly from Shopify. As you can see, there is one line order item with exact same price, quantity, and taxes have been correctly applied. The totals matches exactly to Shopify totals. The customer has also been created on Odoo. you can see there's an invoice created against that order. The invoice can be viewed and checked separately. And that's how we configure and utilize the integration. Enjoy the integration and thank you.